Okie dokie, guys. I found the game from round 21. I just posted yesterday the video for the Albany tournament round 22. Um, Realizing that I missed this insane game that I played in round 21 against the eventual winner of the tournament, Max Panitch. This was the third time I was playing him this tournament. I was 0-2 against him. And let me show you guys the situation that we were in. So, um, as you can see, at round 20, so right before this round started, Max was at 15-5 plus 14-22. It's very small numbers there, but I'll read them out. Jason Lee was in second place, 13-7, 2 games behind Max, with a nice spread of 12-66. And I was in third, 3 games behind Max, with a spread of 787 and 12-8. And Sid was in fourth, 12-8 as well, plus 272. So, in terms of how you would pair this, they decided to pair me against Max because among everybody, it seemed like I had the best chance um, of potentially mounting a comeback and winning first place. But to do that, a lot of things needed to happen. Um, I needed to win all 3 of my games. Max needed to lose all 3 of his games, and we needed to get to a situation where Jason lost 2 of his games as well. And the only way for that to happen um, was basically for the thing that made it the most likely is Jason loses this game. He has to lose this game, I think. Um, and I have to win against Max, of course, by a large amount because if I don't win by enough, they're going to probably pair Jason against Max. And even if they don't, it looks really, really bad for me if I don't win this game by a ton and surpass Jason. It just seems extremely unlikely that I will be able to make the Max losing 3 games and Jason losing 2 happen. Uh, for example, I could win, just win. Jason loses, and then Jason wins against Max, and then the problem is then they would have to pair me against Max, um, or against Jason, but probably against Max again. So pairings are really complicated. But if I don't surpass Jason in the standings this round, I have to surpass him next round while both of us win because Jason will probably be playing Max next round. This is what I'm really bad at pairing understanding, by the way. So if I'm wrong about any of this, you can tell me in the comments. But basically, I felt like I needed to win by a whole lot, and Jason needed to lose for me to have a chance at first. Anyways, that was my mindset going into the game. So let's see what happened. Um, I was first with this rack, and it seemed like the best play was Duty, so I made it. There wasn't any way to make a very volatile play on the opening rack, so I just decided to make what I thought was the best play. Max struggling from the get-go, plays audio for 6, and I draw into this extremely beautiful rack. It felt like I wasn't drawing many of these racks during the past 3 tournaments I just played in July. So this felt, I don't know, it always feels especially weird. Like when I have racks like these, it feels like, I don't know, something is the matter. Like this is too nice. This rack is too nice. Anyways, there's a bunch of 7-letter words and 8-letter words through the various tiles on the board, but the highest scoring word requires these 4 overlaps of HEUNTINIS. And I could play something like Saltine or Salient and sacrifice the 2 points just to set up a humongous S spot. But I felt like, oh, whoops, I have the wrong player here. Hold on, I'm gonna fix this. I was playing Max Panitch, not Jason Lee. Sorry about that. Um, let's go back to this. Duty, audio. Um, so yeah, what was I saying? So I could sacrifice 2 points to increase my chances of bingoing next turn, but also like increase Max's bingo chances by a ton as well. So it's possible that finding this play was potentially not the right idea, but this does make it hard to do anything on this board other than bingo, which is good because I need to get really lucky and draw into a lot of bingo racks, and I need Max not to, and not to be able to score throughout the entire game. So I played Alienist, um, and fortunately, I can't stop Max. He plays Violent. Notably, had I played another option, let's look at Salient, for example. Um, Max has no bingos. So turns out that my choice, even though the highest scoring choice, gave Max a spot for his bingo. So that wasn't so great. I already knew that my chances of winning this game by a ton were very very reduced at this point, especially with this rack. It's almost good, but not quite. Too many vowels, and no bingos. So I could play now I here. I decided to play OI for 10 because I wanted to bingo multiple times, and by playing now it's just really difficult to imagine multiple bingos happening, although that does seem like the correct play if it was just a regular game. So I play OI. Um, Max plays bow here for 15, and I drew into another bingo rack. So I get to play Tainias for 71. Interestingly, this is a really, really cool play. I think I might have seen this in game actually. Too bad it only scored 50, but yeah, really nice overlaps. So I play Tainias for 71. And I'm doing really well. It seems like I'm gonna probably win this game, but not by enough. Um, so Max plays. Says he plays can for 21. Let's see where he can do that. Oh, just right here. Okay. So he plays can for 21, which creates another bingo lane. That's kind of hard to get rid of. So I thought normally I would think, okay, this is what I need to like focus on blocking in the next couple of turns, but in this particular instance, it didn't matter because I drew to a very nice bingo here. I have to figure out what my blank was though. I played Pterygia. So is this it? No, that would be too many points. So it's the P that was blank. Okay. So this is my rack, and I play Pterygia for 88. Just an incredibly lucky play. And I'm now up 154. So winning by 200, 300 is actually possible at this point. Definitely winning this game for sure here. So I don't really have to worry about anything there. And I'm just trying to keep the scoring pressure up. So I play Murex for 54. He gave me the E hook on Yag, and so I'm just coasting. I'm just like super happy with this. Like this is my chance. Like maybe I can make something happen. Um, Max plays Oka for 12. Really struggling this game. Um, unlike the other two games we played. And the draw after Murex keeping RS is E, J, Q, Z, blank. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, this is just complete insanity here. And I ended up just playing QI, and here begins potentially the most insane, um, insane how many turns? I guess, yeah, 5 turns just an insane like sequence of moves that I don't think I've ever witnessed anything like this from my side. So I have QI for 33. I didn't see anything specific that I could like really draw um, if I played something else, but I would have considered something else if there was like a draw for quartzes or something. Um, and Max bingos with reloads for 76, so he's back within 150 points. And I drew an M, so to the sleeve I have an M. And now I start to see something interesting in the position, um, where I can. Oh, by the way, his play of Oka blocked G's. I was just gonna play G's for 56 points or whatever it was at D1, but he played Oka, so this allowed me to start with QI. And now I started to see that potentially within 2 moves, I could draw into a very, very high scoring bingo. I'm gonna let you guys pause the video and try to find this bingo. Maybe I'll wait till the next move. But here I played Joe for 25. Again, playing off 1 tile, 25 points. Feels pretty good. And then Max plays par for 27. And now I'm just like, wow, okay. My rack is now EMRSUZ blank. And here I just start thinking. And I already see the sort of play I might want to make here. And I'm just like, okay, is this right? Like, is this my only chance of winning this game by like 250? How else am I going to win this game by 250? Maybe I could just play normally. Maybe I could just play something like res, or just like just anything. Like there wasn't anything just like jumping out at me. And so in this position, I played off 1 tile again. And my play was OS for 2. And I made this play and I hit my clock and I was just like, what am I doing? Is this for real? Like, what am I doing? So here's what I'm doing. If you want to pause the video again, try and figure out why I'm playing off an S for 2 points. Arguably the second best letter on my rack. Only scoring 2 points when I'm trying to win by 300. What is the point of this play? So you might see that I have draws into something like Mauzier, or potentially other draws here, but that's not at all what I'm going for. The problem with this play is it's very transparent. Max knows that that's the last S. So I couldn't have another S that I'm just fishing for a word with. So he must know that something's going on. So I can draw onto Mauzier, Mauzier, but my point was trying to draw an E for Miserium. That's right, Miserium. Let me try and get my my bot working here. Man, what's wrong with my voice? It's probably just way too humid here. I certainly haven't been talking enough to lose my voice like this. But to the M at the bottom left corner of the board, my attempt is to draw Miserium. And you can see it right above my head. And that would score me 14, 16, 18, 21, 63, 113 points. So I'm just hoping I can only draw an E to it, because this word has 3 E's in it and I only have 1 E. So I need an E. I can also draw into Mauzier. I could also draw into other stuff. So it didn't seem like this was a terrible play. But if we compare it to something like Drum, just something totally normal. Like even after Drum, I could draw into a really, really nice bingo from the M. And maybe I should have played Drum. But if we put it in here, my play of OS doesn't look so good. And it'll continue to not look so good. But it does think that I bingo 1 out of 4 times next turn. If I can delete this chat box, you can see our next turn, the fourth play OS, bingo 29. Okay, it's up to 29% of the time. So I'm hitting a bunch of stuff, including Miserium. Anyways, so that was my insane play. And now I have played one tile off 3 turns in a row. The first 2 turns, it was a normal natural move. And now, just like, what are you doing? So I'm fishing for Miserium, hoping to get Miserium. And Max plays Berg, and I'm like, okay, he's played Berg. That's a problem because I didn't draw my E. He just played an E, and now plays from this B are quite likely to occur. And I don't want that. I want to protect this M to try and draw into Miserium. And the W definitely doesn't help me all that much. I can make a play like Swum. I can just give up, play Broom, but now I have no S, so my rack is a lot worse than it was a turn ago. So I decide to keep it up and play EW in an attempt to make it less appetizing to play from the B, or less possible, because now you can't make plays with BR or BI or BU, but yeah, it's or BH even. It starts to get a little bit crazier. This is 4 moves in a row where I've played off one tile when I'm ahead by over 100. And I've just played for 2 points and then 5 points. And Max is obviously completely confused here. He plays skew, playing another E off, and I draw an H. I don't draw an E, and there are now only 2 E's for me to draw. I can still draw into Mauzier, but I need an I, so now, yeah, now what do? I could play something like Herm, but I might actually lose the game after this. Opening a triple triple, I could just play Medze, again opening a triple triple, and potentially lose the game. Just something like Rez. But now, like, I'm not winning by like anywhere near the amount I want to win by unless I continue to fish. So I play off my H here rather than here, because if I play here, I'm blocking my bingo lane. So I play here, and Max is just like, what the hell? Like, he's visibly frustrated because, I mean, he's still losing this game by 100 points, but his opponent like seems to just be like playing with him, like toying with him. Like, what am I doing? Like, from Max's perspective, it just seems like I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna win this game. I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna play off one tile and show you that I could just win this game. And also, it also seems like I probably have a pretty strong fish that I'm going for. So yeah. Max's next play is Drib for 21, opening a bingo lane from the B. And now it seems like Max might be able to come back. And again, I don't draw the letter I want. I draw a D. And now I'm just like, okay, I mean, I gotta give up, right? Like, now I might just lose. If I play off the D, I might just lose. He could just bingo from the B or something and like tie the game up and maybe threaten to go out. Like, this is crazy. So I play Z for 26 here through this E and skew. Whoops. Through this E and skew because it takes an A and an S, and there are no A's left and no S's left. So at least I'm scoring some points and trying to bingo next turn from either B, or I could still draw stuff to this M. So I play Z, and I'm just like, what have I done? I just made 5 moves in a row with 1 tile. Complete insanity. And Max plays Dent for 15, and I draw into my bingo. Really nice bingo, actually. What is the last letter that I had? I blank, right? Was it an I? No, it was an O. So I have a bingo now to the M, which I can play Emporium. And I'm about to play Emporium, and I'm just like, Wait a second. Doesn't Emporium have an anagram? And I always get confused with the alphagram AEIMPMOPR. And we can see that there are two words found, Emporia and Meropia. And I always get confused, and I thought the words were Meropia and Proemia. And so thinking Proemia was a word, I guess Proemium has to be a word. So I play Proemium after just brutally tanking for a few minutes. And it's not a word, and Max challenges it. And what just happened? Now he blocks my actual bingo of Emporium, and I have no bingo anymore. I still win, but I completely and utterly shattered my lead in this game. After going for a fish that I think was maybe justified, trying to win by so much. But I could have won still by like 150 points, but instead I play a phony instead of the valid word that I see because it's supposed to score more. But phonies score 0 if your opponent challenges them. So I don't even play a good endgame because I can't remember if preloads is a word. So I play per, trying to set up something or other, or trying to block. I'm trying to block Fondle and O's, and go out next turn. That was my point. And Max plays Fed for 26, and I play Doom. That was my plan. And win 479 to 371. And I was so upset. I mean, I was happy to win, finally take a game off of Max, but I drew so well. And then, like, this insane sequence of plays happened. And then I give up, and then I phony. Just a complete and utter crash. Like we saw a lot of in recent tournaments. And yeah, it turns out I'm still not psychologically strong enough to play Scrabble at the highest level, I guess. What can I say? Still psyching myself out every other game. So, game ends 479, 371, which means I don't really get the chance to try and win the tournament after this game. Actually, what happened here was insane. Jason Lee clinched second place. Clinched, not second place, but he clinched being in the top 3 by tying. And Max clinched the tournament. Actually, no, he didn't clinch the tournament. But anyways, what happened is Sid and Jason tied, which knocked me out of winning because now he's gonna play Max and someone's gonna win that game. Even if they tie, I can't win. So if Max ties, he'll still be 2 games, 1.5 games ahead of me in the next round. So basically, the only thing that this tie, was it knocked me out of first place, like for sure. So it was just completely insane how this tournament like shaped up at the very end. But I won't spoil the next 2 games, even though you already saw the next game where I play Sid. If you didn't see that, good, because you can watch things chronologically. It's my last video from yesterday. And the last video of the Albany tournament will be tomorrow. And that will be game 23 against Jason Lee for second place. Oops. All right, bye.